it's Camille. I hope you're doing well and that you found something to keep you busy during this uncertain time. So today I wanted to show you my April setup and my complete process so you know exactly what's going on in my mind when I'm doing my bullet journal for the month. So sit back, grab something to eat or a drink and let's do this. The first thing I do is searching through my stationery collection to find what's going to be the theme of the month and what I can use. I choose a green and pink theme for the beginning of spring. So as you can see, I have some images, color papers and bits and pieces from magazines. I also have stationery that I bought from AliExpress. If you're interested, I will leave the links in the description below. I bought some stickers from there. I have vintage stamps with botanical illustration on them. Pantone color ship sticker, as well as a pack of vintage paper with butterfly, mushrooms and text, which I really like. Something that I have included in my journal recently is pages from old books that I found for a very cheap price. I think that it goes really well with the new aesthetic that I have in my bullet journal. So my journal is a large term with a soft cover, and since it is not very big, I have to feed the whole month in 8 pages, so 4 spreads. The first one is for the month overview, the second one is for the habit tracker and memory page, and the 2 last ones are for the weekly spread. I like to have a page of presentation for the month, and that's why the calendar is a bit tiny. But it works for me and it's not like we have a lot of things to do this month, right? I like to include pieces of paper that I have ripped out or that I have cut out to give some texture. I like to include the number of the month with these nice wooden stamps. So as you can see, I'm trying different combinations to see what looks the best. And don't worry if you don't get it right the first time. You just take your time and glue everything down when you're sure that it is what you want. It's also okay to make mistakes. I do it all the time in my bullet journal. I just learned to hide it pretty well. I always include a quote in the presentation, and I found this one true but also a bit sad because we can't really go outside now. I mean, I'm very lucky because I have a big garden, but not everyone has this luxury. I have noticed that at the bottom of each calendar I am placing a ripped out piece of the page of an old book, so I did the same thing here, and I made sure that it was matching with the image that I glued. So to fill up the space at the top of the right page, I decided to draw something on the same brown paper as the quote. And to stay on theme, I drew a plant. Now, this is when the struggle is real. I didn't know how to write April, Avril in French, so I had to erase it multiple times and then I drew a grid to make it easier. Again, you don't always get it right the first time. And because what I wrote is not center, I added a heart on the corner, which I tried to replace with a sticker, but it didn't feel right. Like I said, the next two pages are the habit tracker and the memory page. For the past 2 months, I only had one habit and it was to go outside. But now that this is off the table, I've decided to track 4 habits. I have to draw at least once a day, do at least 10 minutes of sports, go in my garden, and make at least one effort a day. Could be eating less, being more productive, etc. The only downside for me is that I cannot write what was the effort because I don't have enough space. So I guess I just have to be honest with myself with the effort that I made. For the memory page, it is quite simple. I just write the number of days in the month and then the title. I also added a piece of paper to make it less dull. For the weekly spread, I do approximately 1 week on one page, and they are all different. Like I said, my budget is small, so I have to include 30 days on 4 pages. To do so, I just divided the number of days by 4, with the weekend counting as 1. So for the month of April, I have 3 pages with 7 days and 1 pages with 6. And that's also why I don't start the week on Monday and I don't stop it on the weekend, if that makes sense. I always do the decoration first, and then I write the days, and that's because I don't plan ahead what the pages will look like. I just go with the flow. To help me divide each page in 6 or 7 parts, I made this grid on a transparent paper. So this way I can go way faster. Which makes me now realize that I don't always use it. I guess I like to count every little dots. This page looks quite simple, but it was the most difficult one for me. I started to write down the days and figure out I could write the numbers on the green paper. You will see my struggle later. Again, I use my grid to divide the next spread. Back at this page, I wasn't sure whether I should write the numbers in white or brown, so I tried on a new piece of paper. I like the white better, but you will see that I choose the other option in the end. My mistake was to commit and write the days with my brown pen. Now I understand that the white numbers will probably not look good with the brown, so at this point I am thinking about covering the days with another piece of paper, but I worry it might be too big. Then I realize that I'm going to be writing my task in brown anyway, so I try to figure out how it will look with a page from the month before. After a couple tries, I decide to leave it as it is and write the number in brown in the end. For the other weekly pages, I redid some of the design that I'd done in the previous month, and I am quite happy with the result. I tried to incorporate more pink on the last log, but I wasn't convinced, so I did something else which I like better. So it's finally time to erase all the guiding lines and see the result. That is it for the video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you like it and that it gave you some ideas and inspiration. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you want to see more. And stay home and stay safe. Bye!